Okay, hello everybody. It's Mystery Trail here with you. Tom, the creator, and I have in front of me the mold for Patty, the Patterson Bigfoot mask. You can see, I think it was dated back in, I think in 09, I believe, but you can't really tell anymore. 08. You can't tell it's so chipped out, but this is a fairly well used mold. I'm going to want to kind of clean it up. You don't want to abrade any of the detail or anything, of course, but there will be little bits of plaster and debris in there. Molds don't last forever. I mean, they'll last a pretty long time. You can get a lot of castings out of it, but if you did like hundreds and hundreds of castings, you'll start to lose some detail after a while. Because every time you pull out a plug, it will pull out some of the plaster with it. Now what I'm going to do next is take just a spray bottle of water, happen to be handy, and I'll prime it. I'm going to do every step of the way of the process of this monster that I'll be building. And today I think on YouTube and on the internet in general, there's so much stuff to watch and look at that you have to have something that very few people can do. It's hard to duplicate, and very few people are doing it. So first off, I did get a little white vinegar, so I'm going to spray it. Plaster is very absorbent, so this will absorb pretty quick, so we'll work fast. I want to come out with an almost perfect casting. I don't want any holes or bubbles. The next thing is, I took some the latex, the slip casting, and I mixed a little water with it to make it really thin. Just a little bit. Now what you'll see a lot of times is people take a brush and brush it in the details, in the creases and cracks. I wouldn't advise that because you can abrade or break off something in there. So I'm just going to take it and move this around. Getting in all the creases, the wrinkles, the lines in the face. You can kind of see the mask there. You get that negative positive effect. All right. So let's get it in everywhere. It's already starting to stick, as you see. Yeah. So that way you get easy, perfect coverage. You can take what's left in there, pulled up, and just pour it back in the main bucket. So we have a thin layer in there, but we're not done yet. I'm going to take the whole bucket of Monster Maker RD 407. That's what I always use. That's all I ever use. Let's see here. I'm just going to pour the whole thing in. Okay, so we're back, and I am going to just go ahead and pour this back out. Let's see, whoops. Let's see here. Get the bucket ready on a stable. You don't want it to tip over. This particular brew is a little lumpy, it looks like. This is old latex I've had laying around, and I think it got cold this winter. This stuff will freeze, so you gotta watch. I've lost a lot of latex in the past by accident. It's really hot today, so this is perfect weather for this. It'll form up really good and even. So I'm gonna, let's see. The good thing is any of the lumps and floaties will rise to the inside. You can kind of see it there. So that's what it looks like. So that process is over with. I think it'll be pretty thick. If for some reason it really wasn't thick in some places, I can always pour it in again on top of it. I don't have to redo anything. And what's in here is still usable for the rest of the project. So it's the next day. I didn't really have to wait this long to demold this, but I just decided, yeah, I'm not in any big hurry on this project, so I'm just going to take my time. The longer you leave it in, I think the less shrinkage you will get with the latex. So you can see it starting to pull away, and you see there it's kind of starting to pull away from the inside. When it starts to do that, it's definitely ready to come out of the whole interior here. But before we do that, what we want to do is take some baby powder, a little bit, kind of get it in there. That way it won't stick to itself when you pull it out. Yeah. Now, none of this is really a difficult process, really. The first time I did this, I got almost a perfect casting years ago when I first did my first mask. I was really proud of it. All that work that you put into it. With the original sculpture of the Bigfoot that I originally did, I used to take the sculpture with me wherever I went. People are like, "What are you doing?" I said, "You'll see it." You'll see it. You want to be kind of careful with this. You don't want to pull out any details or damage the mold. Usually you don't. It has happened in a couple of cases. If you've got a good mold, if you did it right, if the mold is dry, you won't have that problem. If you're in some kind of big hurry, you sculpt something, and you cast it, mold it, cast it real quick, while the mold is still wet, you could have problems sometimes. Okay. So there it is. Looks like an absolutely perfect casting. It's good thick too. Good thickness. So this one is ready for another round of pours. So you can do just about as many castings off of one mold as you want, really. You can mass manufacture them. So there's the Patterson Bigfoot right there.